Hello, and welcome back to my show. Thank you for stopping in here. I do appreciate it. And if you want to see more of these stories here, this whole story. This is about 3 days old. It was from October 8th that the McDonald's announced that they were going to lay off. And a lot of people out there are just voicing their opinions. You remember when everyone was yelling at work for McDonald's? I want $15 an hour. I want $20 an hour, especially in the blue collar places. But if I'm flipping burgers, I need to get paid top dollars for doing this here. And so that's what happens when you decide that you want to flip burgers and pay them big monies and to serve you an ice cream cone, right? I love talking about food. Thank you for joining Breaking Bread. And we're going to be talking about food here today, but more specifically, besides the possible bankruptcy, what they're saying it's just a layoff, which usually leads to MCression. Usually means they cannot afford to pay everybody because nobody is going to McDonald's, driving through the fast foods and making it part of their daily diet, if you will. All right, so let's just take a look at this. And it says all those kids that demanded $20 an hour for flipping fries may have learned a lesson concerning the true value of the labor. It's kind of hard to say, especially, it's so interesting. I just found out, just doing this story alone, well, there were the baby boomers, and then you have the Gen Z. Now they're calling them the Zoomers. They want nothing to do with the baby boomers, the way that they basically think, act, behave, what have you. They think that we're so outdated, but they do believe that their own, they should be getting the top dollar, for flipping a burger. Where the baby boomers just said, hey, I'm grateful that I have a job. Boom, there you go. Boom from the baby boomer. All right, let's see here. What else we have? Quit eating McDonald's, says Ultra Magna. Says, quit eating the fast food is an everyday staple. They're slowly killing us. Just look at all the obesity. Yes, and I'm going to be one of the first ones to actually say that to you guys loud and proud out here is because I traveled around. The boomers all basically worked hard, did what they had to do, and as most people do working out there. But there was, in my time, that all these McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's were popping up, and they were in airports. They were everywhere you could go. There was just so many of them. If you drive in, you drive out with your food within seconds. You had a meal. But did you actually know what you were eating? We're going to talk a little bit about that today. And let's see what else I have for you guys out here. Let's see here. I'm just going to read you some comments from what I found out here. It says, I've heard rumors about Burger King too. Yes, and because all the French fries come out of this place out of Idaho, and I can't remember the name of it, but I'm going to get to that real soon. All these places get their French fries. If you notice, maybe some of you are experts on this. You know your fast food, and you know the type of fries that they serve. With the exception of Wendy's, they used to have these curly, salty, seasoned things. I don't know where they got them from, but they were gross to me. And I just felt like I was eating a bunch of processed, I don't know what it was, sand. All right. So Burger King, all those fast food places, they get their fries out of one location. And let's see here. I'm just going to read a couple more here. Let's see here. How is the $15 minimum wage working out for all you demo rats? So basically, if let's just say they're saying that it doesn't matter what party that you're on. You guys got to really stop doing that, right? Even the monkey says, stop it. So basically, it's the mindset of people, right? You say blue pill, red pill, white pill, being spiritual. Now people are saying white pill, what have you. But in any case, it's generation after generation, right? So, I ran across this about the Zoomers. Instead of being calling the Generation Z, and they shortened it Gen Z, now they're calling them Zoomers. Because they grew up, they came out of the womb and they were holding remotes. They were basically holding controls to the TV, to the garage, to the cell phones. They were basically learning all this, blue light in the face, right? That's a whole new story. I digress. Okay, let's move on here. People are out there just saying, I don't want to read that one there. Some are saying good. Do you guys even know what the hell that you're eating? Okay, so we got more information coming out from the Wall Street apes. I love it. Americans are hitting rock bottom. McDonald's and other big brands warn low-income consumers are beginning to crack. They can't even afford fast food. The industries have definitely flattened out. Traffic negative, struggling with all inflation, things of interest rates. So there was my previous video that I showed you here was just this line of people. This was at a job fair, and somebody has stated it was from last year. People standing in line to work at McDonald's. McDonald's is taking a dump. What? McDonald's is taking a dump. All right, they're basically cutting back on everything here. Yeah, this is McDonald's in 5 years from now. Okay, I'm going to stop that right there and come back to you guys. And hopefully, you're still with me. Please stay with me to the end of this video. I'm starting to see that I do 20 minutes and nobody really wants to listen to what I have to say. But I will tell you this so much, is that there are robots being made by Elon Musk. And I showed some in my last video if you want to take a look at that. And I'm kind of digressing here a little bit. I'm going to get back to that. So maybe your job will be replaced by this guy here. Maybe we are going into a whole new world. Let's take a look into my future videos in the near future. All right, let's get back to the McDonald business here. So let's see what we have here. This is not even sure what language that they're talking here. I don't know. There's McDonald's in every part of the world. Are you guys aware of that? You think that the American people are just obese? I'm starting to see fat Chinese people. You've never seen that before. McDonald's has a real problem for a long time. Faulty McRib. Never liked it. Onion ring, sporadic. And I never got you guys put it in the comments there. What is the deal with the McRib? I don't even think it's real ribs. I have no idea. Maybe there's something in the spices of the barbecue sauce that are getting people addicted. I have no idea. Anyways, the CEO instead spends time apologizing for telling the truth. He says, if I weren't a nice guy, I'd boycott. What? Where these guys are coming from? The real problem for a long time is faulty McRib, no onion rings, sporadic availability. Seafood in McShakes are unmotivated and surely often. I don't know what this guy is talking about. Let's just see here. Let me just jump ahead. Let's get to the next video here. Go away. McDonald's CEO to meet within Chicago family amid criticisms of his text to the mayor. Yeah, and so Chicago used to be out of Oak Brook, Illinois, and they were very successful back in the day because I know it well. I lived the 1 or 2 towns over. Actually, it was 2 towns over from there. And then they picked up and they had to go move. We're near Oprah, for God's sake. They had to put everything in Chicago. Why? Because it would, I'll tell you this right now. This is the excuse that they used back in the day about McDonald's coming out of a white suburban, probably upper class community, had to be put into Chicago for the black community. They divided it and made it about race. A fry is a fry is a fry. There's your McRib. Yuck. pickles and raw onions. You guys tell me, did you like this shit? I don't know. All right, what else we have? And then we got Burger King too. That's another one there that is worried about its French fries and onion rings and everything. They're all coming out of the same location out of Idaho, and so it's the Idaho that's basically saying you guys aren't producing. You don't have enough sales. We're not going to produce the potatoes that I think are not even potatoes. If you knew what the ingredients are in them, and maybe I can find that for you real soon here. All right, so McDonald's records first sales misses nearly 4 years amidst this boycott here. When does this story come out? I need to find this. Come out from The Guardian. Where's the date on it? This is going back to February. So actually this stuff started in February, but on October 8th is when they decided, maybe we're not going to make it. Okay. All right, now we are pointing fingers. McDonald's says Tyson and other suppliers fixed beef prices. They fixed the beef, so long knives are out between the corps. Here we go, you guys. We're throwing knives now. McDonald's is suing their suppliers for price fixing, and the $4 McChicken, along with the rest of their insane prices, is killing them. It's killing them. Oh, what do you think it's doing to the consumers that are eating it? They stopped smiling and pretending everything is normal. We should probably be concerned now, don't you think? Okay, so going around the world here, we're getting out of the United States and we're going to head on over to Australia. So Australia has cut the big breakfast service time by 90 minutes due to egg shortage caused by the bird flu outbreak. Oh my God, this is such an old story, but I have to talk about it, which led to 1.5 million chickens being slaughtered. You know, they created this bullshit and they didn't think that they were going to be affected by it. Now that they see it, so this had happened back in July 3rd. Okay, they started talking about this. They knew this was coming, and yet they have to cover up the stories by saying, you guys didn't come in and you didn't buy our $100 hamburgers. All right, and then moving on from that there. So let's get back to the food. Like we're going to talk about how many ingredients. You guys put a number out there in the chat. Let everyone know what you're thinking. How many ingredients do you think there takes to make up a French fry? In my house, in my home, Breaking Bread here is going to tell you, I take one potato. I take it and I peel it, and then I wash it, and I slice, and I dice, or whatever it is I'm going to do with it. I might throw a little bit of some seasoning onto it, maybe throw it in a roasting pan in the oven with, something else I'm going to serve with it. I might make my own French fries, 1 or 2 ingredients. Let's take a licky look at what they're saying.
McDonald's French fries contain 19 ingredients. 19 ingredients? Why do they need 19 ingredients? Can't you just make French fries with potatoes, tallow, which is beef fat, and salt? What the heck is in here? I'm going to tell you. Well, these fries contain potatoes, but they also contain 4 different types of seed oils: canola, soybean, corn, and partially hydrogenated soybean oil, which we know is a trans fat. They also contain THBQ, a chemical preservative. And they contain natural beef flavor, which is wheat and milk ingredients, because they don't cook them in tallow anymore. They cook them in seed oils. They also contain salt, which at McDonald's is actually composed of 3 ingredients: salt, sugar, and silico-aluminate, an aluminum-containing form of salt. That can't be good in your French fries. Last but not least, polydimethylsiloxane, which is a form of silicone used in silly putty that ends up in these fries as an anti-foaming agent in the fryer. McDonald's French fries are their best seller year over year, and this is probably the worst food you could possibly eat, with tons of chemical ingredients. Done.
All right, we tried to tell you. Now you know. Now you're hearing it. And the proof is in the French fries. Okay, one other thing I want to talk about. We talked about Burger King is probably in the same way, but you guys are all knows that these Zoomers don't like the boomers, but the boomers are warning you that your Chick-fil-A sandwich and what it might have in it. So this is 55 ingredients in a chicken sandwich, and we're going to break it down for you. I'm not going to go through all of it, but let me tell you, none of it is any good. You've got the chicken, you've got the chicken coating, you've got the bun, you've got the bun oil, and then you have a pickle. Okay, 5 things. I get that, but where's the 55 ingredients come in? Oh my God, am I going to go into my Rosanna Dana? Okay, so we got a boneless chicken, we got salt, we have monoglycemic, MSG, sugar, spices, and paprika. That's just the chicken. What are you talking about? The chicken coating. Okay, we got the sugar, the salt, we got the MSG, non-fat milk, baking soda, sodium phosphate, Monocalcium phosphate spices, soybean oil, color paprika. It's not even paprika, it's color. That looks like paprika. Water, non-fat milk, eggs, fully refined peanut oil. I can't pronounce it, so I'm not gonna go there. Oh my God! So enriched wheat flour, water, sugar, yeast, soybean oil, wheat gluten. This is just the bun, and I'm not even halfway through the list. Carry on. Salt, cultured wheat flour, vinegar, calcium, datum, calcium phosphates, sorbic. Ew. Enzyme, soy, lithium, potassium iodate. This is not even the bun oil yet. Bun oil is soybean oil, palm kernel oil, soy lectine, natural flavor, beta carotene. What's in the pickle? Oh my God, please don't tell me. Okay, it's a cucumber. All right, I'm good with that. Water, okay. Vinegar, salt. Alum? What is alum? I didn't ask for alum. Calcium chloride, potassium sorbate, natural flavor, polysorbate 80, and yellow. Yellow? What? And blue one? What? Okay, folks. This is not MK Ultra. I know I did this recording of this video once before, but you've got to keep hearing this over and over. And this is the good information, not the MK Ultra stuff. So let's just carry on.
This is what most Americans innocently put into their bodies these days, and most alarmingly, into the bodies of their children. And it's no coincidence that Americans die earlier than Canadians or Germans or Italians or Japanese or Koreans or Australians or most any other comparable country. And it wasn't always that way. Until the early 1990s, our life expectancy was the same or better than other developed countries. Then suddenly, more and more Americans began suffering from chronic diseases, from obesity, cancer, diabetes, kidney disease, Alzheimer's, heart disease, and all kinds of autoimmune diseases. Our maternal mortality rate soared to the highest of any developed country on earth. Same with infant mortality. Like the frog in the slowly boiling water, we didn't really notice as we got sicker and sicker. We've grown now to accept chronic disease conditions as normal. But now, in 2024, we're finally waking up to this cataclysm, and we're asking ourselves, how in the world did this happen? Well, a big part of it is our diet. Restaurants that serve contaminated food are fined or shut down. But when it's the government that approves the poisons in our food, a few people get very, very rich, and the toxins end up in every supermarket aisle. Let me show you what I mean. Doritos, Cheez-Its, Captain Crunch, gummy bears. Everyone knows that these are junk foods, so maybe you wouldn't be too surprised to see that the ingredients include a lot of poisons, including a harmful yellow dye called tatrazine, or yellow dye number 5. What you may not know is that this dye was originally made out of the sludge that's left over when you turn coal into coke for blast furnaces. It's called coal tar, and I've actually sued many big industries for legacy contamination of coal tar all around the country because it's so toxic and it's so harmful to the environment and human beings. A century ago, it was just an obnoxious industrial byproduct that everybody was trying to figure out ways to get rid of. One of the ways that they did that was by paving roads. But then a British chemist figured out that the coal tar could be used to derive fabric dye. And if fabric dye, why not food? Food manufacturers began using it to cover up the discoloration of low-quality foods that they wanted to pass off on unsuspecting customers. They didn't know back then that this yellow dye, tartrazine, causes tumors, asthma, developmental delays, neurological damage, ADD, ADHD, hormone disruption, gene damage.
Oh my goodness, you guys. Do you realize this? And, everybody out there, if you're going to a particular doctor for any of these things, holy moly. All right, let's carry on. We've got another 2 minutes.
Anxiety, depression, intestinal injuries. Well, we know it now. We've known this for decades. That's why tartrazine is heavily restricted in other countries. In some countries, foods with tartrazine have a warning label that it may cause ADHD in children. Today, it's made from petroleum, not coal tar. Either way, it's crazy to add this to your kids' favorite foods. It doesn't even change the flavor. This yellow dye isn't just in junk food. It's in the foods that we consider healthy. It's in their everyday kids' snacks like popcorn, mac and cheese, fruit snacks. It's in sports drinks like Gatorade and so-called vitamin water. It's even added to chicken broth, to corn, to pickles, to mustard, and to yogurt. And so, of course, our kids get sick. And we lovingly feed them chewable vitamins, which have, surprise, tartrazine. And so the cycle continues until the coughs and asthma kick in, at which point you go to pick up some cough syrup. And yeah, you guessed it, tartrazine. I've been picking on tartrazine today, but that's just one of at least 100 chemical poisons that our health agencies allow.
One of 100 chemicals that our agencies, time to remove the agencies.
Allow into our children's food. I can make a video just like this to talk about Red 40, BHA, BHD, potassium bromate, chemical after chemical, and on and on and on. If just one of them can cause all of these problems, imagine what they're doing in combination. That has never been studied. If we took all of these chemicals out, our nation would get healthier immediately. We'd have fewer sick days. We'd have better focus. We'd have less anxiety. Our kids would learn more easily. We'd lose weight. We'd have more energy. We'd have fewer tumors and longer lives. It's not all dark. Over the past 16 years, the government has banned 8 chemical additives that cause cancer, genetic damage, asthma, and many of the other self-conditions, as tartrazine does. And you know what's interesting? All 8 of those crucial steps forward in our kids' health were taken under President Trump. But the Democrats, who claim to be all about health care, have stood by watching other countries ban these poisons and make our kids sick, asthmatic, hyperactive, and depressed. They left them on every supermarket shelf in America. They even used your tax money to put them in your kids' school lunch. So their big food and their big ag donors probably gave them all that golden handshake and the big money hug. And their big pharma donors probably called them up and thanked them also, because now they're going to make billions selling Adderall, Prozac, and rescue inhalers. Enough is enough. President Trump and I are going to stop the mass poisoning of American children. Together, we're going to make America healthy again.
Okay, and that's exactly what we like to hear. All right, thank you guys for joining Breaking Bread and Turn the Page. I hope you enjoyed this, and please share it and give it out to a lot of people that need to understand. So if McDonald's is going down, the golden arches are going down, there's going to be others to follow. Just watch the domino effect take place, and I'll be bringing that information to you either live or recorded on Breaking Bread or Breaking McDonald's. Bye now.